Hey guys, Peter here. We are supposed to be putting out a painting video today. Our journey has been quite up and down, a lot of challenges that we have faced, and I came across a testimony that we gave about a year ago, just over a year ago. That was 1 month before COVID started here in Canada, and it was also four months before we found out Kristin had cancer. And it's something really dear to my heart. It's something really special. And I wanted to share that with you today instead. It's kind of a creative presentation of our testimony, Kristin and I. There's no video, but we will share a bunch of our paintings and a bunch of other things that we've done over the last 6 months with Considerate Joy through this video. So I hope you enjoy. Hi guys, Peter and Kristin here.
And today we're getting our hands dirty with some pouring acrylic art.
Acrylic pouring art. So for those of you who don't know, Kristin and I are in the middle of a cancer journey.
Right now I have stage 4 cancer, but it is treatable. I just have to stay home a lot, and with COVID happening as well, and my immune system, it's been a lot of time at home.
It is a hard journey. The spiritual, the emotional, the mental impact, and as well as the physical impact, it is tough. And it's really ironic because every year Kristin and I pick a theme, and last year the theme was patience. This year was to find the joy in every situation. And it's really ironic because COVID hit in the spring, and now cancer has come into our home in the summer here and in the fall. And so we want to share a little bit of ways that we have found joy. March 21st, 1984, I, Peter Alexander Serger, came into this world, and for 1 month and 2 days, I was a hopeless romantic, but God is faithful.
1 month and 2 days after Peter was born in the same year, April 23rd, 1984, Kristin Dawn Hebert arrived in my mother's arms. My parents were Christian, so after 5 years of watching their example, I chose to follow Jesus with the help of my Sunday school teacher.
My home too was Christian. Maybe not as Christian as hers with her parents being Bible school teachers and all, but my parents did serve in the church, and they served in the clubs program.
My home was safe and simple. I wanted to be a preacher just because my dad was a preacher.
My home was safe too, except for those nights my parents went to church. Our female babysitter opened my eyes to an area of life that an innocent 2 or 3-year-old child should never have to experience.
Both of our families moved around a lot. My greatest challenge was moving from Mormon, Saskatchewan to Steinbach, Manitoba. I became fearful of everything. Even though my parents were around, home didn't feel safe. My fears were irrational, but very real.
I was afraid that someone would find out what this girl had done to me, and then I would be punished for something I didn't even understand. But God is faithful.
Junior high brought a group of friends that wanted to follow God. We started a Bible study, and I grew in my faith. I wanted to help everyone. My heart wanted to help everyone.
Junior high saw my spirit pushed to a commitment to follow God. I wanted to serve.
In high school, I wanted to help a boy named Dan find himself. He asked me out, and I said sure. 3 months in, my dad told me that this boy wasn't good for me. I tried to help him for another 3 months and then called it off. God protected me. God was faithful.
Unsure why, but in high school I wanted to encourage my friends. I wrote encouragement notes to the whole lot of them. And until that point, I knew little about Kristin, and she knew even less about me.
I wrote him back.
She was the only one that wrote me back. So I wrote her back.
And I wrote him back again. This went on for a month or so.
It took a month or so for me to get the nerve.
Before he asked me out.
She said yes.
Well, actually, I said sure, but then said yes. For a year after that, we wrote notes.
For all you aspiring guys out there, writing notes is a great way to learn to communicate with a lady friend. Real paper, real handwritten notes, not Facebook or text message.
For all you aspiring girls out there, it's okay to give them a hand. It's not easy starting to talk to girls.
Anyways, we were now dating, and I had a girlfriend who I had hoped would be my lifelong partner. She was encouraging and supportive, and with that support, I was able to start leading clubs program at church, and then interscholastic Christian fellowship at the high school.
I watched him grow. while I got to grow in youth group, to be a part of a team leading worship in church, and to teach Sunday school and work at Bible camp.
God was preparing us.
We weren't ready yet, but He was always faithful.
After high school, we took a year of college at SBC before marriage happened.
It didn't just happen. I planned it for 6 months.
We finished our BA at Steinbach Bible College just in time for our son Rowan to be born. It was a close call, but we made it.
That's easy for you to say, but yes, it was a dream come true to be a mom of a beautiful baby boy, and now he's all grown up.
He is taller than you now, but not me yet.
Anyways, without further ado, we left for Thompson, Manitoba to be youth missionaries.
Many fruit came from those years. Lots of learning and some incredible heartaches.
I remember Peter coming home with grief and stress because some of the things the directors of the ministry were doing.
I remember crying my evenings away for the few days at the end there.
But before it ended, our sweet little Mercedes came into the world.
Those weeks were hard.
But God was faithful then. After our stints in Thompson, we moved on to Morden to be a youth pastor at the EMMC church there.
That was a good time with the youth there. We did a lot of growing there. Parents didn't always make it easy, but the youth were awesome.
But after our term came up, you needed a break from ministry.
That I did.
For the first time in my life, I, along with my family, moved to the country, out to Sprague, Manitoba.
That was a very healthy place for me to recover my heart for ministry.
Me too, and the little tiny church was very loving. We started up a youth program there, which is where our heart is, and the youth were still running it now even that we left.
But before we left, I started working at the EMMC home office doing graphic design.
And because of your job, lack of activities for our kids out there, and an opportunity for me to work as the manager of the Altona MCC, we decided to move here to Altona.
And so here we are. We've been around the block a few times, we've faced heartache and joys.
Good times and hard times. We have made friends and left friends, and are making friends here again.
But the one thing that really matters most to us is being faithful to God, because there is one thing that is certain.
One thing that all the years of our lives attest to.
And that is, God is faithful.